That's $1 billion a week. That's actually a lot of money. And so it makes you wonder, the left in general tries to portray itself as a movement of the people, that it's grassroots. This is the exact opposite. This is AstroTurf. This is basically money coming from the top down out of Washington to fund all of these groups, maybe not even in the United States, like all over the world. So it makes you wonder, what is the real level of local support for these left-wing policies all over the world?
Yeah, crazy. So you did a big announcement this week on crypto and creating a framework finally. I caught some of it. Maybe you could just tell us, from the bottom up, what is the mandate from the president and what is your advice to him on how to make crypto move out of the shadows, offshore, ICOs, craziness to legitimacy? What's the plan here to legitimize and regulate crypto?
Well, the plan was really spelled out by President Trump in his week 1 EO on crypto, and it's all spelled out in there. The principles of the administration on crypto, the president said he wants to support the responsible use and growth of digital assets and blockchains across every sector of the economy. So the principles are all there. And yesterday I was invited up to Capitol Hill to meet with the chairman of the important committees that basically govern crypto. And so we had a press conference there to announce the legislative plan. You can see there's Chairman Tim Scott, who's the chair of the Senate Banking Committee, to my left, and then to my right is French Hill, who's the chairman of the House Financial Services Committee. And then to his right is John Boozman, who's the chair of the Senate Agriculture Committee. And then to the left of Tim Scott is G.T. Thompson, who's the chair of the House Agriculture Committee. He's out of frame right now. But those are the 4 committees that govern crypto. And you may ask, why is the Agriculture Committee involved in crypto? And the reason is because the Ag Committee supervises the CFTC, the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, because commodities all came out of agriculture. So it's interesting. You need 4 committees across the House and Senate to get legislation done on crypto. It's not just House and Senate. It's actually 2 committees in each of the House and Senate. And so this is the first time where we've had 4 chairmen of the 4 key committees all come together and say that they're ready to support crypto legislation. There were a lot of people on X who felt like this wasn't, a mind-blowing announcement. They wanted something that they could trade on right away. That's not what this was. This was basically a statement of commitment from the chairs of the 4 committees that we're going to get legislation done this year, maybe in the next 6 months. I mean, that's really the goal. And we've never had that before. So that is pretty monumental.
I used to work in this because when I first launched Climate Corp back in the day, we actually were selling commodity contracts online. So we set ourselves up as an exempt commodity trading platform. And I remember all this old legislation. There was the Commodity Futures Modernization Act, if I remember, when they deregulated the energy markets. But one of the features of the Commodity Futures Modernization Act was that they created this concept of an exempt commodity contract, which was where you're not delivering a physical good. And that's basically what weather derivatives were, and energy derivatives and other kind of indices were created that didn't have a tangible physical supply. And it was still kind of shoveled in the commodities world. That's why the legacy of all this stuff kind of sitting with agriculture. Is that the way this is likely going to move forward? Is it's going to look like a new extension of exempt commodities and kind of treated like that versus being securities?
The question you're describing is called market structure. What are the definitions going to be? Because digital assets can be many things. Yeah. You can have some digital assets are cryptocurrencies. They're actually currencies. Then there's things that are crypto securities. Then there's things that are commodities. Bitcoin actually is regulated as a commodity right now. And then you've got things that aren't securities or commodities, or like collectibles, like NFTs, things like that. So there's all these different categories. And one of the things that the market needs is just clarity around the definitions so that founders know what the rules of the road are and they can actually just comply with them.